How do you cope with starting a real job, career, family, and realising that tabletop RPGs are a total joke?
I think it's completely subjective.
Yeah.
Like, let's be serious. What he's really getting at is other people perceive him to be a joke.
Yeah.
But the thing is, like, worrying what other people think about your own life choices is fucking cringe, man. Get over yourself.
It's going to take too much of a percentage of your life worrying about what other people think of you.
Like, seriously, see anyone that gets overly worked up about what other people think. Honestly, it's very, like, I'm sorry to say, if you're a fella, you're getting on like a fucking wee girl. Get over yourself.
I know.
You know what I mean? It's...
It was like whenever you started YouTube and like the hate comments you would get, you would focus on the hate comments.
Oh yeah,
Whenever you started, and I remember saying to you, James, if you focus on the hate comments on YouTube, you're cringe.
Yeah, essentially you are. Yeah.
Why bother?
Yeah, like if you're doing anything, people will find a reason to dislike you. For
regardless.
Anything, you know what I mean? So I wouldn't worry about that. But yeah, starting a real career, I don't know anything about that. I've never had a you know what I mean? But family, you know, you just indoctrinate them slowly. I've managed to pull that off. But let's get into the thread, will we? I think this is the first time we've ever actually done a comment from Small Child. I think he's the only name fag that I can think of that's actually active on TG.
Yeah. Gaming is far too popular a hobby for popular culture to dismiss. You may not like video gaming, but the enemy of your event is your friend. Social gaming as a hobby is every bit as valid as, say, sports. Just be ready to laugh in the face of the, well, I was a jock in high school and you were a nerd in high school argument, and you've got it made in the shade. I
would agree with that. Honestly, I see at this point, like, do you any guys remember, like, video games were laughed at and now they're, like, the norm?
Yeah.
Like, people think you're weird if you don't play video games.
Yeah.
Like, I get that from people. Me and Megan will play the odd game together, but I would play maybe once a week.
Yeah.
If even. I really don't play it. Well, we've got a child now, so you
so can't. We don't.
But
James got motion sickness from me playing God of War the other day.
I know, it was bad hack. But, you know, I think it's only a matter of time before role-playing games and such, you know, shed that stigma that they have attached to them.
Yeah. I hate every other hobby I've tried. I have a friend with IQ in the 140s who's been playing RPGs longer than I have and still really likes them. If he's not bored of it and his brain works on things faster than mine, then how am I bored of them? Not even bored, actually. I just feel idiotic and childish playing them. No other hobby engages my mind in a way that is actually accessible to a midwit such as myself. Writing? Same thing. Writing stories or reading them unironically feels childish, and I can't identify with nearly any character anymore. What few writing projects I had, I don't have energy for, and all it takes is a walk into a bookstore to realise no one needs them. That's what I loved about RPGs. They allow consumption of storytelling on a 1:4 ratio rather than a 1:1000 plus ratio, with a lower bar of entry. I hike, I do outdoor things, but they don't engage my mind. I have no urge really to socialise outside of RPGs. I paint figurines for RPGs. I work on all sorts of tangible things. I literally have nothing else, and more feel like a complete man-child for wasting time in it. I don't get the childish aspect of it, because it's not like you're playing Hungry Hippos.
Yeah.
You know.
Well, it depends on the play style. And
it depends on who you're playing with.
Honestly, like, tabletop games, 100, like, they can either be the best experience ever or the worst.
Yeah.
It's 100% who you're with.
Yeah.
It's maybe it's about the friends we make along the way.
But I wouldn't feel childish because of it, because at the end of the day,
I think, again, I'm going to revert back to worrying too much what other people think of you. You know, let's be honest, like, I feel like, you know what I like, so a few of the things that I'm interested in, painting, well, I suppose that's very much related, but painting my models, playing, like, you know, role-playing games and such. I got into shitting. I joined a shitting club, but I just didn't like it. Like, I did it for about a year and a half. I really enjoyed clay pigeon shitting and whatnot. But, like, you know, all the guys there are much older than me. They're mostly, like, boomers. Like, you know, the average age is, like, 50 plus. You know, so it's kind of hard to, you know, really have socialise with them, but they're good guys.
Yeah.
You know, I got into archery and stuff like that, and, you know, even, like, you know, if good few of my mates are into golf, none of them really like to play golf by themselves, though.
Yeah.
It's still a very social aspect.
Yeah.
And I consider golf and shooting to be very similar, like, sports. If I was to label golf and shooting as a sport, I would place them both in the same category, if that makes any sense. And they are very social at the same time, you know? Does that make any sense? I don't know. I get what he's saying about the lighting, though. I feel like lighting...
No,
I feel, you know what the problem is? I feel anytime I try to light something, I always feel so outclassed by everyone else.
Yes.
I just see what I'm doing is absolute dog shit. Why am I even bothering?
Yeah.
Because it's just, I know finally what I'm doing here is terrible.
Yeah. But I think writing in general, like, especially if you have a good story to tell, and if you write it down and maybe get somebody to proofread it and get somebody to help you paragraph it and structure it
and whatnot.
And all that. But I see, in my mind, I think if you enjoy something, don't think of it as childish or anything like that, because you enjoy it, who cares?
Yeah. I think,
if
again,
you enjoy it, who actually gives a shit?
It's worrying too much about what other people think.
Yeah.
And that's something I feel like you just kind of, if you're not over that by you're like 25, you're fucked. You know, you really need to get over that mindset of, oh, what do these people think of me?
Like, I'm a mother, for God's sake, and I still enjoy playing video games.
Yeah.
And I'm really into makeup, and, you know, I wouldn't class it as childish in any sense, because I enjoy it.
Yeah.
You know, and you shouldn't be ashamed of enjoying or having a hobby.
Yeah, like, don't get me wrong, it's not something that I would bring up in a lot of conversations, especially to people that, you know, find... Another big one, I'm really into cryptocurrencies. Vast majority of people do not give a less of a fuck.
James, are you trying to say you wouldn't bring it up to people, crypto?
On occasion, I have.
On occasion?
On occasion, I have.
On occasion?
On occasion, yeah.
Okay.
Look,
alright, lies. Absolute lies.
Don't pull my
James
feet to the
would
fire.
run into random people in the street. Here, did you hear about crypto?
Look, guys, there's a link to...
The waitress comes over to, like, give us her food. Here, listen.
Do you accept Bitcoin here?
Do you know what GRT is?
Look, all I'm saying is, if you guys are interested in getting into crypto, there's like a link down below. Go check it out. Like, you know, there's Coinbase affiliate. Just saying. I bought it a long time ago. Let's just keep going.
You can still enjoy your fun hobbies, even with all those things. You just gotta be responsible. You just gotta get a job that doesn't require every ounce of your energy 24/7, which in all honesty is pretty easy. And regarding children, they only need constant attention when they're babies. And also, you'll be able to share all your tabletop role-playing game experiences as little stories to them. And once they get to a certain age, you'll be able to run games for them and their friends. Share a hobby and entertain your kids. I know when I get older, I'll share that stuff and my video game collection with my kids if they're interested. Also, my DM for a Song of Ice and Fire game has a full-time military career, a wife, and 3 kids, and can still usually show up once a week to run the game, and show up as a player in the Black Crusade game on another day of the week. Of course, he isn't always able to make it if something important comes up, but he still can indulge in his hobbies without detriment to his family or himself. Stop thinking you need to sell your soul to the devil to get the good shit. All you need is discipline, determination, and most of all, time management.
I would definitely agree with that. I've like, me and you have both worked terrible jobs. And, you know, you're overworked.
Yeah.
You're, you know, and you just feel drained all the time.
And you snap at everybody around you, and you get into arguments. And
it's dreadful. Like,
it's terrible.
It's really hard, and, you know, there's nothing worse than a really shit tier job that just grinds
eats at your soul.
And it grinds you into fucking little dust.
Yeah.
You know, if you've ever been in that situation where it's been a long day and you're in work and you've only got an hour left and you go to the toilet and you just sit the fuck down.
And you're not even taking a shit, you're literally just sitting there for a good 25 minutes.
Thinking about like, what the fuck have I done with my life? How did I end up in this situation?
Yeah.
It's really, it's not fun in the slightest. I would say, honestly, see, when it, like, you know what came to me was, why am I working this such a shit tier job, putting in so much work, when it's the definition of dead end work? Why am I even doing this to myself? Why am I here? Why am I doing this? Why am I wasting all this time? And I was there for 7 years. Yeah. 7 fucking years.
And James started Neckbeardia as just showing off his hobby, showing off his models.
Oh yeah, that was because I was working, like, it was minimum wage, shit tier job. We had just got the house and whatnot, and I knew I didn't have any money
to buy
models, so I wouldn't be able to paint or anything. So I thought, I know a couple guys already make like YouTube videos. Why would I not give it a go?
So he just started making videos showing off his models. Now the videos are terrible. Audio is horrible. But he done it because he enjoyed it. Yeah,
and it really came together. So you really don't know, but the thing is, the core argument here is you need to put yourself out there, and you need to, get over, the thing is, with YouTube, there's all the people that you've ever met that all been nasty, horrible people to you, and then you think to yourself, oh, what if they see that? Oh my god, what are they going to think? Fuck them! That's what I fucking say! You know what I mean?
Northern Ireland is a very tiny place.
Yeah.
And there's not many people from Northern Ireland they actually watch us, but maybe because we're a niche subject.
It's very niche.
But I honestly just stop giving a shit what people think.
Yeah, I think that's really what we're trying to get at.
Right, you slimy gets. As you know, we got all the gobble slaves hard at work keeping the printers tickety-boo. Some of them are even getting a bit sex-deprived and start making naughty models of their own.
Ooh.
But at the minute, we only paying them in bottles of water. But if you buy models from us, we'll be able to pay them 1 gold piece a week. That's proper good wages for gobbles of gat. But if big titty goblins aren't what you want, we got it all. We got dwarves, elves, illifids, demons, kobolds, all that, and even some of them ugly humies. But you can only get it on that www thing, neckbeardia.co something. I'll get one of the goblins to do it. They're more tech savvy than me. Also, we got more than just models. We got a lot of them subclasses and pre-made adventures too. Proper good that. We play it down Thursday night down the local tavern. We get a pint of grog and we sit down and play it. Big Morgie last week played as that crackhead monk, and he was actually quite good at it, seeing as he's not right in the head ever since the barmaid whacked him for smacking his tits. But yeah, go over and check it out. That's all me. That's me, darling. See you back. Bye.
That's Roastie propaganda. They view your hobby time / money as belonging to them and will make constant power plays to separate you from your bros and interests. This is why they'll do shit like manufacture crisis on your 1 night a week off. RPG / games are like hiking / grilling / camping in that they make men and some cool tomboys happy because they're reminiscent of ancient behaviours. They're the modern day equivalent of going on a hunting expedition with your friends, sitting around the fire telling legends and tales of past glories, and planning how you defend your territory from the invasion of a rival tribe. You'll get nothing out of sacrificing everything good in your life to some woman who'll probably divorce you, or a boss who will fire you as soon as you mess up. Or it's good for the company, bottom line.
Ugh. I've worked for a company like that. Absolute scum of the earth.
P.S. Losing interest in hobbies can be a symptom of depression. Experiment a bit with therapy, exercise before work, getting up earlier, etc.
I would definitely think it is a symptom of depression.
Yeah.
Most definitely. I suppose that's why he was saying, like, getting a wife, kids and all that.
Yeah.
But the thing is, you wouldn't have married this person if they didn't love you for who you know what I mean?
You are, yeah.
Are they going to be like, okay, yeah, we've been going
yet
out.
again, we can't talk on everybody's relationship.
I know, but you get what I'm trying to say. Imagine, you yourself, say you're going out for 4 or 5, whatever amount of years, you get engaged, and then, it comes to the wedding and all that, and then, the day after the wedding, oh yeah, by the way, you're going to have to stop dating X, Y, and Z, because, I think it's cringe.
Let's hope you didn't stick your dick in her and you can annul that marriage.
Yeah, because you fucked up. You know, honestly, don't. This video's not about that, but don't marry people that you shouldn't marry.
Yeah, please.
Or, I think everyone's seen it.
I think people, you know what it is nowadays?
People get married because they think it's going to fix what they've got going on.
Or they get married because they see their friends and family around them on social media getting married and they think that's the right thing to do. But at the end of the day, you're only hurting yourself.
Yeah, you just fucked yourself up.
You need to make sure that your relationship's solid enough for it. We didn't get engaged until we were 7 years deep.
Yeah.
7 years deep.
How long were we living together for? 3 years. 3 years we've been living together.
7 years deep and 3 years living together until we got engaged, and then 8 years before we got married.
Yeah.
So, hold off and make sure that they don't get married after like a year and a half or 2 years.
I don't know why
Don't
people
do that.
do that.
And live with each other for at least 2 years.
Yeah. I've no idea how people do that, where they don't even live with each other, and then they get married, and then...
wear condoms, guys. Not gonna lie.
Like, just don't be a
I don't
fucking
care if
retard.
it feels better. Just wear a fucking condom.
Yeah.
Don't bring a child into the mix.
Look, you know how it is. Just, I don't understand how people can actively live fulfilling lives when they're constantly arguing with their spouse every day of the fucking week.
Oh.
See that level of like aggression
and
all day, every day? Fuck that. That's no way of living.
I know.
That's no way. Like, you know, if you're living like that, how do you have any time to enjoy anything?
I know. I've been there and it nearly sent me into the PNU. Like, honestly, and to think about being married and actually lawfully contracted to be in that relationship.
Dread.
No. I have a career and a family, and I still enjoy and design tabletop role-playing games. Get good, scrub.
But unironically, get good.
Yeah.
Like, there's no other way about it. It's, you know, it is very, as I say, it's very easy to get burnt out, but sometimes you just need to get over yourself.
Yeah.
You know?
It is.
It's like, okay. No, don't get me wrong. It's okay to be really passionate and love something, and then over time, you know, you feel like you've explored every avenue in that hobby or interest, and you feel like, you know what, that's me done.
Yeah. Now, I'm not saying that you will find the perfect job, because more than likely you probably won't.
No.
Just like there, you probably
Most
won't. You'll
people-
probably be working a dead-end job, because most people do.
Yeah, well, over here, everyone works a dead-end job in Northern
Well, yeah.
Ireland, but
You work
if you're
a dead-end
American,
job,
you probably
get
get
your money, you pay your bills, and that's that. But you should then have your hobbies as your way of breaking from that cycle of work.
Yeah.
You should put your energy not into your job. Fuck your job. That's
Yeah.
okay. Put it into your tabletop games or your family and your kids. Put them into that.
Yeah.
But have that as a breakaway. Like, yeah, you are going to work a shit job, and you might work 10 to 15 shit jobs before you find something that's like, this is
You know
alright,
what?
this is
I'm
decent.
happy with this. You know.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But don't think that, I'm stuck in this job. If you fucking hate it, leave it.
Honestly, yeah. And there's tons of openings at the minute, apparently.
If you hate your job, leave it and find something else.
Yeah. There's
no point in being unhappy just for a wage.
Yeah, that is the best way to sum it up. Don't be unhappy just over a wage.
Mm-hmm.
Like, don't get me wrong, everyone's got to work. We all need to make money somehow to get
Don't
through this
just
life.
leave though. Make sure you have another job lined up.
Yeah, of course. You know the work. No, the hardest bit is. See when you're that run fucking down.
And you just leave. I've just walked out of a job.
Yeah, well, so have I. I've walked out of a job once before, but I did have something lined up, kind of. But it's when you get that run down and ground into dust that you don't even have energy to look for another job.
I know.
It's so difficult to
know.
even just motivate yourself
know.
to be able to be like, right, on my day off, I'm gonna just get out of it. You know,
Yeah.
It's so hard.
I have a wife, first kid on the way, full-time job that I often do overtime for. I still play tabletop role-playing games a few times a week. If you're worried about being judged, just remember this. Everyone you meet is childish, or desperately pretending they aren't childish. A lot of people follow sports, for example. When you get right down to it, it's no different to people who watch anime. They cosplay, they spend tons of money on worthless merch. A few base their entire identities on a series or a team. Paint figurines and painting Bob Ross landscapes. Same thing. Enjoy a hobby. If it's not fun to you anymore, explore a different hobby.
Yes. Perfect summary of it all. Perfect. I couldn't put it better, if
Yeah.
I'll be honest with you. I do definitely agree with that. I feel like, especially in some work environments, it does suffer from that, you know, high school never ends. It does feel like that an awful lot of time. And, you know, you do get a lot of people like, oh yeah, I'm very cool, of course, and I would never be seen drop dead doing X, Y, and Z, you know. Sometimes, you know, keep yourself to yourself. You know, interact with your work colleagues. Keep, you know, good rapport and whatnot.
Yeah.
But don't let
work consume you.
Don't let what other people at a place that you have to go to.
Yeah.
It's like a place where you have to be and you
Yeah.
have to spend time with them. Why the fuck would you let these people that you already are forced to interact with control what you do in your free time?
Yeah, exactly.
Fuck them.
Exactly.
Fuck them to no end. So I think that's where we're going to end it. Any more we could sum it up by? I do feel like, you know, if you're if you're not into role-playing games anymore, that's fine. You know, some people do just lose interest. Like, for me, I was really big into 40k. I never play 40k anymore.
But it's same with, like friendships as well. Some people you can be best friends with for years, and then you just grow apart. Nothing ever happens. You've never fell out. But you just fall apart.
You just grow.
You just grow apart.
Yeah,
you know?
and that happens, you know.
And it's the same thing with hobbies, you know. And if D&D isn't your thing, or you're getting bored of it, try something else.
You know, one thing I find really fascinating, I feel, especially fellas, they need a hobby or an interest to keep them occupied. I feel like women, on the other hand, like, you know, you are way more social, and you use your family and friends more as your pastime.
Well, I'm gonna be sexist because, well, I can say it, I'm a girl, fuck it. I find my pastimes are more into
spending time with your family.
Spending time with the family, with the child, cleaning the house, doing the dishes.
But you like cleaning
doing the food, like making the dinners, because I love keeping a home.
Yeah.
I love making a home.
Yeah.
And that's what I think I'm here to do. I think I'm here to look after the kids, make the dinners, do the laundry, stuff like that. But I enjoy it.
Yeah.
And I'm sexist. But, so I don't need a hobby, per se. Now, if I get an hour to myself at night, I'll sit down and play a video game.
Oh, yeah.
No problem, I'll sit. But I don't go out of my way to have that, or to have a hobby, because I don't need it.
No, I think women and men are just programmed differently.
Yeah.
And I feel like how many older men, especially like boomers and stuff, they just can't sit still. You know, if they're in work, they're in work, and whenever they're out of work, they have a hard time just they have to be up and doing something. They have to be fixing something, or doing something in the house, or even like getting up early to mow the fucking lawn.
Like my granddad, God rest his soul, his hobby at, what age was my granddad? 88?
Yeah.
His hobby at 88 was getting up early and pre-recording every goddamn show on the TV. That was his. He had a schedule, and he had it circled in the TV book to make sure he record. But that was his hobby. He wanted to do it.
But I think that's just the programming, you know. And I do feel like if for fellas, if you don't have a hobby or an interest, I've seen too many. Maybe it's just for being from Northern Ireland. I feel like a lot of people end up just drinking too much or drugs too much, and I feel like you know, having something to focus your mind on. Either if you don't, it's very self-destructive, or at least that's what I've seen. Maybe that's just the part of the world that I'm in.
Yeah.
People tend to be more alcoholics. People tend to be more prone to that. But I don't know. I really want to hear what your thoughts are, though, about this whole thought experiment, let's say.
This is the Neckbeardia therapy session.
Yeah.
Thank you for coming.
You know, I think we can just sum this up by cope, seethe, cope. Deal with it. Cope. You know what I mean?
But as always, check out the links down below for the models, the subclasses, all that good shit. Hit subscribe and hit the notification bell so you get notified every time we post, and we'll see you in the next video. Bye!
All those moments we lost in time.